Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to another video we're doing today. So we kind of touched on it a little bit last night with a preview to the announcement we're going to have later today, okay? But we have went and acquired some James Maddison, and I'm going to show you how we've done that. And there's a good kind of market lesson here for users new and old, okay? Right before we get into that, okay, if you've had a look at the media rankings today, it was brought to my attention by one of the subscribers. Pepe and Naldo were popping right up, and you can probably imagine what's on the face of it. The first thing you want to do is have a wee chuckle. Oh, Naldo's getting Ronaldo points and Pepe is getting Nicolas Pepe points. Oh, that's funny, right? We're also going to rectify that. But what this actually shows you, and this is something you should be getting excited about, and this is probably, I don't think Football Index meant for this to happen. I think this will come in the announcement maybe tonight, but I was under the impression that after Media Madness was going to be when squad players were going to be exposed to media for potential dividends. But it looks like they've opened the floodgates on that now, because if you look through the media, obviously Pepe and Naldo are getting media points, but as you scroll down, there's much more than that. You know, get guys like Mustafi, who else do we see? Idrissa Gueye, McTominay, Webster, Gosling, Boateng. There's a bunch of guys now getting exposed to media who are in the squad player section that previously, before today, that was not happening, as far as I can remember anyway. If that happened yesterday, I didn't see it, and I'm sure you'll correct me in the comment section. But that is a change, guys, you know, so if you have any players in the squad player section, especially a Man United player like McTominay or somebody like that, then you are now going to be having extra cream to be adding to your crop going forward for the rest of the season now, which is great. Scott McTominay's in the front of Pez. That's weird. Okay, cool. But yeah, so let's get into it, guys. Okay, so we went and we picked up some James Maddison. Okay, now I'm not gonna. This isn't about me telling you how amazing Maddison is or whatever, right? We went and bought some James Maddison for a bunch of reasons. You can go look into Leicester, their fixtures and whatever. You can go and check all that out for yourself, right? It doesn't matter. He's an expensive player. He has a lot of stuff good going for him. Cool, right? Now, what we've done is we had a video called How to Back a Team, and we bought like 9, over a gradual period of time, we bought like 9 Leipzig players, maybe 8 or something like that. And they were in a great position of profit. We're doing really well with them all. And we are basically, you know, so I was looking at things and I'm thinking, I actually want to be back in Leicester for the first month. I think they're an amazing bet for the first month to do well and see their players actually rise. And then you get the England team coming out in September, or the games in September. So I was like, I really actually want to be back in Leicester for this first month. I want to be back in Leipzig for the season, but I want to be back in Leicester for this month, but I've just not got the money to do everything. So what we did is we market sold the majority of our Leipzig players. We quick sold 1 or 2 of them because we made a withdrawal earlier in the month, as you might remember. So we did a quick sale for that on Cunha and Mukiele. But I've got all the numbers for you guys, and this is the real lesson that I want you all to take. If you have thought about doing this kind of thing before, like really working out the numbers and seeing what would you have been better off doing or what was worse for you, I've done it, and here you go. Let's have a look at it. So this is, it's not RBS, it's RBL, right? The RBL account, we'll be calling this, okay? So these are all the players that we had, how many shares we had. On the left hand side is how much we sold them for, and on the right hand side is how much we bought them for. With Adams and Haidara, you'll see I've also got a little minus 25 and minus 27 pence. If you've been on the videos for a while, you might remember we sold some of them, and then as soon as we sold them, I don't know why, but I was like, why have I just sold them? And I bought them back. What that cost me was 25 and 27 pence, so that's all been factored into this as well, okay? But we market sold them all except for Cunha, who was at a loss, and we would have still made a loss hard when market sold him. We may have made a profit, but it would have been very tight. We've made a clean loss on him anyway. And Mukiele, who through quick selling, we still made a profit. Everything else was market sold, so it took a good period of time, okay? So our initial outlay on the RBL account was 309, and we returned basically 12% profit, 347. And we held some of those players like Lamar, Adams, Haidara, we held them for probably about 6 weeks. And then some of the guys like Halstenberg, Klosterman, we held for maybe about a month. And Cuckoo, we had for about 2 weeks. Cunha we had maybe for about 3 weeks. So all kind of varying degrees of how long we had them for, okay? Now, as you can see there, we've returned £347.87 net after vast majority of them being market sold. Had we quick sold everything, as you can see there in the note, our quick sell value would have been 338, okay? So we bought 82 Maddison at 291, okay? We also withdrew £103. I mentioned that to you before. That's why we quick sold Cunha and Mukiele, which is why you see withdrawal there, 103. We went and bought some Maddison. Now, we missed out on Maddison we initiated this transaction. You know, we set the dominoes to collide at Maddison being 285. That's when we wanted to buy him. And through the period of time it took from us making the decision, the analysis, and action and everything, he's went from 285 to 291. So he's cost us 6 pence a share. This is the only bit I've not done maths on, okay? So 82 times 0.06. We have lost out on 492, okay? But as you can see, we by market selling versus quick selling, and we did quick sell some of them, and Cunha was the most expensive player we had with the biggest spread. So I've quick sold the worst position possible here. Halstenberg we made a loss on. He's actually in profit today. So again, it's just the timing of things, you know. We can't get everything absolutely spot on. But we still made money, you know. We're still, even by buying him at 291, we're still at £4 up. So the quick sell value, the difference there is like, it's basically £9, and we've lost out on basically a fiver by not buying him at 285. But by buying him at 291, we've got an extra £4 profit, which has bought me probably my extra 2 Maddison. So if I quick sold them all, I would have had 80 Maddison at 285, and by not, I've now got 82 of them at 291. You know, so that's a real kind of, that is really in depth, guys, and that is real numbers. That is exact numbers for all my RB Leipzig players, and the benefit of market selling. If your moves are going to be strategic, okay, if you're going to be quick selling somebody as a reaction to the market, as a reaction to news that's broke or whatever, then this will not apply. What this is strategic moves where, you know, I've got this strategy in play. I reckon I can make more money by deploying the strategy slightly differently and then returning. I plan on buying all these Leipzig players again when they dip in price, or maybe they stagnate, or once we've made a bunch of profit on Maddison. I want all those Leipzig players back. I want every one of them back. And as I'm monitoring their prices, I know Halstenberg has went up, Lamer's stagnated, and Cuckoo's stagnated. A lot of these guys are stagnant. And when you're in a position of profit, right? So if we have a look at my portfolio, okay, we'll chat about the Pepe stuff later. But if you have a look at my portfolio, right, as you can see at the top right, our profit is plus £60. Before we did all this, the profit was like £100 to £110 in that little green column at the top right of the screen there. And you can get too attached to that. But if that money then stagnates, it doesn't move, you know. So Haidara is always going to be like, what is Haidara sitting at now? Just as an example, because we love Haidara, we've bought him a few times, and he's a good hold to have. 89 pence, we sold him at 92 or something, I think, 91. Maybe 90, 7 days. Yeah, maybe 90, 91. His price isn't going anywhere, you know. So again, if I can make money on Maddison and then come back and buy him even cheaper than I've bought him at with profit, then that's amazing. Adams would be quite similar, probably quite stagnant as well. But if you've got players that are then just, their value isn't doing anything else, he's on a down as well. I've sold him at 91 pence, I'm pretty sure. Then you need your money to be working for you, and it's just about identifying, do you know what, I've took this strategy on a great run, I want to come back to it, I'm going to shelf it now, and I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm back in Leicester, but I've not got the money. The Leicester players are much more expensive than Leipzig players. I've not got the money to go and buy 50 Barnes, 50 Maddison, 50 Vardy, 50 Tielemans, 50 Chilwell, 50 Ricardo Pereira, 50 Maguire. You know, I've not got the money to do all that. They're much more expensive players. So what I've just decided is I'm just going to lump on one Leicester player, carry the strategy that way, make the profit on him, and then bring it back to Leipzig players when probably they're still at this kind of stage where they have stagnated or went backwards by and large. And I just wanted to show you this, guys, more than anything else, just to kind of highlight that Quick selling should be avoided at all costs. All your moves should be strategic, they should be planned out, they should be well thought through, and they should be when you see an opportunity. When I looked at Maddison at 285, that was like a 3-month low if I remember rightly, maybe on a 1-month low. But when he was, no, it wasn't a 3-month low. Yeah, so when he got back to 285, I was like, oh Jesus, that's a great time to be buying him at. He might go to 284, but 285 is a great place to be buying at. And then in the time I've managed to release the funds, he's went from there to there, 291, whatever it was. I just kind of caught him up there, you know. So we managed to, and that's another thing, guys, as well, is you want to have your stock. Like, your stock needs to be able to be sold quickly, you know. There's no point, like, if, you know, I'm talking about, I quick sold Mukiele if I needed the money, right? But see guys like Klosterman, he took a while to sell. Lamar sold in bits and pieces, and Cuckoo went in 1 transaction. Haidara went in 2 transactions. Adams was 2 or 3 transactions. Halstenberg was 1 transaction. And that's what you want, guys. You want players who are liquid, who people do aspire to have in their portfolio and will buy them at an opportunity. If your portfolio is loaded with let's just look at who's trending here, right? If your portfolio is loaded with players like, and this isn't to single any positions out or whatever, but if it's loaded with players like, there's always some stupid examples here, like this guy Waldschmidt, no, maybe not him, he did well in the Euros, but you understand the point I'm trying to find for you, is in the squad player section, you're going to have different players that are really niche and not many people, you know, like 40p players, 30p players, not many people buy them, not many people want to buy them that often, and you know, you can be stuck with them for a while, and that's maybe when quick selling is more appropriate. You want players who people will buy off you when you're ready to sell them regardless of price. It means you maximize profit, and it means you're able to make the most out of your transactions and your trading ability. That's what this is all about, guys, okay? So just wanted to touch on this for you. I don't know what we'll call the video. Probably something like why you shouldn't quick sell or whatever. Any experiences you've had, guys, similar to this, positive or negative, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. It will help someone out there. If you're new around here, like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope the announcement is positive for you, and I'll catch you on the next one, probably later tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.